Okay. Hello everybody. It's a new league. It's 3.27. And I'm back for a new Essence guide. No, it's not a new Essence guide. It's the same Essence guide. Mainly because, what do you know? What do you know? City Square is also a tier 7 map. Like, I did not expect City Square to be back on the Atlas, let alone be a tier 7 map at the same time. So basically, my old Essence video is still valid. Nothing, you don't really need to change anything about that, I guess, except for a few stuff. Like, there's like Val Orbs now, because they basically remove Remnants of Corruption. Remnants do not exist anymore. You instead have to use like Val Orbs. So they're basically 1:1. Val Orbs it's still the same thing. Like when you do an essence, there's an icon on the bottom out there. You just click that, and then instead of using a remnant, it will use a Val Orb. That's about it. And then next is like they slightly changed the Atlas tree. They remove like the essence part over here. I mean the remnant part rather, because it doesn't exist anymore. That about it. And then like these new things, like they basically removed like a bunch of like explicit modifiers effect on their maps on the tree. Because this used to be explicit modifiers, now it's rare monsters. And for our purposes, this is technically a buff for us since we basically get 10 extra, like 10% increased number of rares, which is really good for calcifications. Because if you forgot calcifications, your rares basically means essences. So 10% more rares basically means 10% more essences. That's about it. So it's basically just a straight up buff. And I guess like there's this part over here where you can also get like increased pack size and stuff, but I don't really have like enough points. Okay, let's check my tree. Okay, so talk about Val Orb, changes to Atlas tree, show the Atlas tree. So yeah, I basically have like this thing over here. This is like the updated Atlas tree. It's like the full Atlas tree if you have like enough points. I only capped it to 130, but you definitely don't need it. I only have like 125 in game, and I did it as early as 115. Like, you don't really need this many points. Let's see. Let's cut off the tree and let's see what do you really need. Let's cut off this part. You don't really need that. Let's say you don't need, we don't have enough for scarabs. So let's cut off all of the scarabs part. Remove the scarabs. Where are more scarabs? You remove scarabs here. You remove. Why do I have this? Okay, you remove scarabs there. And then I guess you remove scarabs here, I guess, and remove scarabs there. And that leaves you with only like 100 points, more or less. So I still do suggest you take Nico. You take all of the Nico nodes to help you, and all of the Shrine nodes to also like help you, since you're probably gonna be really weak. And you want to take this, at least this. This is like 10% more loot, basically, like 10% more essences. And you want to take all of the map nodes to base and singular focus. That's gonna be your map sustain, because you're not gonna have void stones socketed in. And I guess this is more chances to get Nico. This is like more pack size. This is more shrines. Yeah, I guess like 100 points. I would, at the very least, like recommend like 100 points, you know? And you can even like work even like less than 100, but you know, like, you're probably gonna have to like to drop either Nico or the shrines, which, you know, they're very helpful. And you want to, like, my strategy for this is to at least like beat the Atlas. So if you can see, I've finished my Atlas already. It's day 5 and all. It's like to beat the Atlas, and that is so you can at least beat all the non-unique maps, you know? Like beat all at least like all the non-uniques, or at least most of them. And you want at least 4 favorite maps. You want 4 of them into City Square. And then our ping pong map is gonna be, since City Square is over here, Arsenal is pretty bad. So is Arachnidness and Channel. And Channel is just like way too wide and stuff. So I just chose Promenade. That's like the best map. So you do City Squares, and then for like example 3 City Squares and then 1 Promenade. As you can see, like I have 1 Promenade over here. And you don't need void stones for this, but you know, but if you have void stones, like I mean, you just keep them over here because you're not really gonna use them. You want to use 0 void stones for this, mainly so you can do city square on tier 7. I explained this like previously in the last video. I'm gonna reference that. It's basically the same guide, so I'm not gonna really delve as much. Anyways, let's go run a map. Oh yeah, basically why you do this is so you can. I got one of these basically. So I use tier 7 maps to farm my Mageblood. You know, like I put my money. I put my mouth where my money is, or I put my money where my mouth is. Like whatever they're saying, you know. Like like of course, if I'm gonna showcase a strat for tier 7 maps to farm your Mageblood, I gotta have a Mageblood, right? So yeah, so that's why it's currently like day 5 right now, and technically it should have been day 3 Mageblood for me, but shit happened, so it got delayed by an extra 2 days. So I'm a washed up player. What can you say? And yeah, as you can see, like I rushed my Mageblood, and I basically have like very basic RF gear. I don't even have Cloak of Flame or a Shaper Life on Block Shield. You know, like basically like the most expensive gear I have on me is that I bought rather. That I bought is probably this jewel right here. This jewel right here I bought for 14 chaos. And then I bought this belt for 4 chaos. And then the rest of my gear I basically just, you know, like picked them up or like crafted them myself, or like basically from the tree. Like the new tree mechanic is like pretty good. Like this is from tree, this is from tree, this is from tree, this is from tree. This one I just picked off the ground somewhere, I don't know when. This one I got from the boss. And then I just have like simple amethyst rings. Oh yeah, my 6th link I got from the tree. It's like item level 58. It's like I'm not even done with the campaign, and I have my 6th link. Like the new the tree birthing mechanic's really good. If you haven't tried it out, go check it out yourself. Because you can get, you know, you can get a 6th link very early on. Like this is basically this is what like I use, basically like very basic gear, you know. And you know, since I'm playing RF and all, I do have like 7k life and whatever, since you know that's, you know, you're supposed to be tanky as playing RF. So okay, let's showcase a map. I don't have, oh my gosh, am I totally out of, okay, good. I have leftover adversaries. I thought I didn't have any more left. Wait. What am I? Oh, I don't need you. I need the calcium there. Okay. Yeah, so nothing really changed. You know, we're still running 1 calcification, 1 ascent, 1 stability, and then 2 adversaries. You know, same shit from like the previous video. I hope you will like watch the previous video. Like if you haven't, even if you don't know this strat, I do suggest you watch like my first video on this, on tier 7 maps, tier 7 essence map farming, like last league. Like everything there is still mostly viable, you know? Even bulk selling, like if you want to like bulk sell on TFT, you still can. If you don't want to sell it yourself via Faustus. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I need a, okay, let's do a map. Is this map safe? Let me run it by my rejects. Okay, it's safe. Okay, good. Okay, we're gonna do like a demo map. So, you know. So this is basically like, this was like day 1, day 2 gear for me, you know? Like nothing really fancy. So yes, essence. Okay, there we go.
I cannot do this yet.
Go check the map. So, oh, I guess I should like lower my volume, because I did get a comment last time that my, you know, my audio, my game sounds are too loud. So let me lower that, so you can actually, you know, hear me properly. So yeah, so how are you guys enjoying the new league so far? You know, like I pretty much like, you know, like I like it. It has stuff for new players, stuff for older players, you know. And you can get like the most impressive thing for me is like you can get like really good starter gear from the tree. Like I said, like I got my 6 link during the campaign from the tree. Or at the very least, you can get a 5 link. You know, if it's not a 6 link and you get unlucky, you will at least get a 5 link, which is gonna be like more than enough to clear tier 16. You know. And because of that, like 6 links are like so cheap this league if you don't have one yet. I think you can get one for like, I don't know, less than 10 chaos or something. Like there's no need for you to buy a tabula. Tabulas are basically a downgrade right now. Okay, as you can see, my damage is still pretty shit. like I have like no real gear whatsoever. There we go, until I get like the Hinekora explosion, then everything just dies, you know? That makes RF look amazing. If the Hinekora procs. But if it doesn't, you're just throwing fire traps until the end of time. That's just how RF works, you know? So, you know, at the start, like these maps, they might take you a while, you know? Maybe it might take you, you know, like 3 to 5 minutes, like, or, you know, more or less. Like I would guess like around 4 minutes would be like a good time. I mean that would just depend on your clear speed and all. There we go. Kill those essences. I think I need to sneeze. I might need to mute. Okay, I'm not sneezing. So yeah. So if you're wondering like what power level do you need to start doing you know, like tier 7 essences, so just start getting some chaos. Or I mean some chaos, some divines. You can do it as early as long as you can, like I would suggest you probably beat your 2 stones, get your 2 stones. You know, just so you get it out of the way. And then you should, if you can do your 2 stones, you're good to farm tier 7 essences, you know? And probably like, get your Atlas completion, you know? Like get, or you know, you don't need to do it like the same way I do it, where I clear all non-unique maps first before I start farming. But you know, you want to clear like, you know, a good bunch of them, you know? You need to make sure that you can clear 360 maps. And then that will like basically guarantee that you can do tier 7 essences. That's like the only requirement. If you can do tier 16 maps, you know, it's gonna be more than enough to do tier 7 essences. Okay, I'm almost done with this map. Okay, hopefully this will be like a much shorter video than my previous one. Oh yeah, like if you need like, once again, if you need, this is supposed to be like a follow-up video for the essence strat. If you need more details on it, check out the previous video, since that one was like very detailed, actually way too detailed, you know, like it was like way too long. So this is gonna be a short and sweet video. Okay, map done, and we're out. So profits is, I guess, it's almost 1 div per map, maybe like around 0.9 divs or whatever per map, since I'll be honest here, essences are not that expensive right now, but I still managed to like farm my Mageblood regardless, you know. I still get it. I still got my Mageblood even if expensive. Essences were not that expensive, mainly because of the tree. Because you know it's easy to craft stuff using the tree, so people just use the tree instead of using essences. That's why essence prices are down. But you know you could still farm them and still use them as your either your starter currency strategy, or in my case, my Mageblood getting strategy, you know? Like, it's up to you. How far do you want to push it? You know? And yeah, you basically just, like, sell them on Faustus if you want to. Sell them for Chaos, sell them for Divines, like, whatever you find, like, the prices are appealing. Or you can go to TFT and then just bulk sell them. I also taught this how to do it, like, last video. Although I think PoE hub is down, so you might need to use TFT bulk tool. Yeah, like I think you might need to start using this instead. So yeah, same shit. Like you need to like log in, you need to like do your essence. Why can't I see any essences at all? Huh. I don't know. Okay, so bulk selling isn't really like working for me. I'm not sure why. Even PoE Hub is not working for whatever reason. But this is like the site that I used last time. Standard, keepers, bulk sell. I'm on the right tab, right? I don't know why it's not appearing for me. Yeah, I'm on. It should be ever. Anyways, if you want to bulk sell, maybe just look for a guide or whatever on like how to do it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like yeah, bulktfttrove.com. So is that the same website that I gained? Like, I want to cover. This should be the website, but it's not working for me. Anyways, I did like detail this like on the last time. It should be relatively the same. You know, it's just like a different UI, but it's not working for me specifically. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm not on keepers. Refresh prices. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working for me. It's just I'm logged in. Maybe this one? New bulk selling tool. Oh, this is not working, man. Okay, like maybe it's working for you, it's not working for me, but yeah. Just try to Google a different guide for bulk selling because it's not working for me. But anyways, yeah, you can just bulk sell on TFT if you want to get rid of it like easily. I think like 80% is like they're pricing it for like 80% for the most part, yeah. So that might be like there's one for 85, I guess. 65, 85, 90. Yeah, this one sold for 80, so you know 80 can sell for sure. So yeah, probably to stick with around 80%, maybe 85, maybe 75 if you want it to like sell a lot faster. But yeah, you can get rid of your essences that way, get your divs, and okay, let me go to my outro. So yeah, FAQ, power level needed. Like I said, if you can do tier 16 maps, you're fine with essences. As you could see, my gear is nothing that fancy. You could do this on day 1 gear. As long as you have a build that can clear tier 16 maps, you should be fine. Okay, map sustain. Okay, so for sustain, you want to ping pong between city square and promenade. So I did showcase that like earlier here. You want at least probably like 4 favorite map slots unlocked, and then you allocate 3 for city square and then 1 for promenade. So when you're doing city square, you will drop some promenade, and then whenever you run out of city square, you then run your T6 promenades, and then you're gonna get a lot more city square. So that is like, so let me show. So see, I have like 70 promenades over here, and I have like 43 like city squares. So if this ever runs out, I just run my promenades, and I should get like a whole my restock of city squares. And promenade is a T6 map, so it should be a bit easier than city square, but not really that much. There's like no real difference between T6 essences and tier 7 essences. But yeah, that's how you get map sustain. So do not buy these maps. Do not buy T7 city squares. Just make sure you ping pong between city square and promenade. Oh, and do not forget to allocate the map slots. Okay, you might think like you might not need these, like these ones over here. You will need them to sustain because we are not using any void stone. So usually you get like map chance on void stones, but since we're not using any void stones, you need to get the map nodes to get like to get more maps. Okay. Okay, so if you can't afford Calci, since as you say I did Calci earlier, I did Calci, Ascent, Stability, Double Adversaries. If you can't afford Calci, like this is what you do. You instead want to use the cheaper scarabs, which is basically Ascent scarabs, Ascent, and then Stability. So let me showcase this. So you use Stability, you use 1 of each Ascent scarab, and then you want to use 1 Ascent. That's gonna be your setup. But as soon as you can switch to Calci, as soon as you can afford Calci, you switch to Calci. But if you can't afford Calci, you use like this setup right here. 3 Essence Scarabs, 1 Stability, 1 Ascent. And then how do you get your 6 slot map device? So first is you want to do the 10 Maven map boss, which is this one. Like the first time you do this, like Maven, you progress, like tier 14 maps. You get the Maven 10 map boss arena, and then once you beat that, you get your 5th slot. And then for your 6th slot, you do clear a tier 17 map. If you can't clear a tier 70 map because your build is too weak, you know, or like whatever, you can buy a TFT carry. You can go to TFT. You can go here to T70 map carry wanting to sell, and then you can buy a carry for 20 chaos. You know, that's it. That's it. So yeah, as you can see, like, yeah, 20 chaos. Yeah, 20 chaos is like right now the going price. It might be cheaper in the future if you're watching this in the future, but yes, that's how you get your 6 slot map device. And that's basically it. Hopefully this should be like a shorter video. Okay, so yeah, so down in the description, I'll give you my, like, this updated PvE planner link, since like the one from the previous video is not updated anymore. Obviously, it's using last league. So I'll put a link there. And then I have a link to the, like, my Discord, the Syndicate. If you want to join it, I do have like stuff here, like what's this? Like third-party links. I have my loot filters. If you want to use my loot filter, I have like Atlas strats, what I definitely need to update since they're not updated. The only thing updated is essences. I have like, you know, like cheat sheets and stuff, and I guess like build archive for like, I don't know, my old builds that I just put here, but anybody can post here anyways. It's not just mainly for me, but yeah, you know, that's it's gonna be down in the description, and that's it for me. So hopefully, you know, you can also farm your Mageblood in tier 7 maps. It's definitely doable. I just did it, so I know you can too. You know, you might not be able, you know, you might not do it in like the first 5 days, the same pace as mine, but it's definitely doable. Or at least, you know, you can, maybe not a Mageblood, but, you know, like your first 10, 20 divines to upgrade your build. Because you only need to do tier 7 maps, and it's gonna be like a lot easier than like most strats. That's the basic appeal of it. But if you do want to push it, you can, you know, because, you know, you can just bulk sell on TFT, you know, like you bulk sell like 16, 20 dids at a time, or like 5 dids at a time, and then maybe just slowly grind your way to Mageblood. Okay, that's it for me. Bye bye everybody. Hope you get your Mageblood, and I am officially poor. Like, as you can see, I have 23 chaos and no more divines. I need to farm. I need to start farming again. Alright, enjoy the league everybody.